Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just How I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we finished off the fishing job quest, and today we're going to go and start working on a quest called The Beast of Brewer's Den. And Brewer's Beacon, sorry. And also the quest that follows it. So, in this quest I will be talking about catching big fish. So, one thing that I use to catch big fish, and I think a lot of people use it too, is this little website. Which I guess is Carbuncle Plushie. I just look up like a Final Fantasy 14 or like ff14 fishing tracker, and then you will find this, which will keep track of literally everything. At the moment I have like fish eyes on, so I can catch like if I use fish eyes, then you just ignore the time requirements. So I will have to use that to catch the Navigator's Brand, which is the fish that this quest wants you to catch. And thus I am now in the area over here, Brewer's Beacon. You would need a Yumi Zumo. There's also another fish that you need to catch for this quest, but you can just buy it from the market board too. I will talk about how to catch that one too. But for the time being, I am going to be doing this, throwing out my thing, then doing sit. If you sit, it kind of, or in any case for me, it helps. Because it makes it so that once you actually... once you have a big fish on your hook, like once you've hooked them basically, there's still a chance that you will not be able to catch them. Even if you have enough even if you have enough gathering to actually catch the fish, that doesn't mean anything. There's still an RNG chance on whether or not you get it. I think I just got it. But a way that you can see whether or not you got it immediately when sitting is because if your character stands up, that means that you have caught the fish. That is ridiculous. Wow, nice. I'm not complaining though. So sometimes you can get lucky with this though. But you would have to wait for a ferocious bite. Ferocious bite, like the different types of bites are 1 exclamation point is a weak bite, 2 is a strong bite, and 3 exclamation points is a ferocious bite. As a result, you would just like to save you the most amount of time, because a lot of these are time based and you have fishing windows where you can catch them in. Like for instance, with me using fish eyes now, I spend 550 GP and then I have a minute to hopefully get at least more than 1 cast out, you know? So the result in any case is, if you are waiting for this fish and it's not a ferocious bite, then you do not reel him in. Reeling in takes much longer than letting the fish go. Regardless of what you do, you will lose either the bait, or if you're using a tackle, like I am doing now with the Yumizuno, you would then maybe have a chance of losing your tackle if you don't catch the fish. But in the grand scheme of things, tackles very rarely disappear, I feel. There's like a couple of specific fish that really can like destroy your tackles, but or in the case that's what it feels like. So the other fish that needs to be caught is my Chocobo Saddleback, because I bought it, is the Titanic Sawfish for this quest. Let me go and look up how one catches the Titanic Sawfish, because I do not remember. Wait, actually this should also be in my fishing tracker. Here it is, it's actually up. You can actually, like, I could actually go and catch it right now if I want to. Close in 13 minutes. It's in Cape Westwind with either clear skies or fair skies, and the thing you would have to do is start off with a lugworm, then catch yourself a Merlthor goby, then mooch that into catching a wahoo, and then mooch that wahoo again to catch it into a Titanic Sawfish. There we go. So this tracker is like, this fishing tracker is amazing for catching fish. Just FYI. You have, like, if you want to catch the big fish, you should use that freaking tracker, because it's a godsend. Before, I was trying to catch the rare fish myself, and it was just, I used like other wikis and wrote down times and all that jazz, but this is just so much better. So props to the people who have made this tracker and keep it running, because it kept me fishing in this game. Right. There you are, Lynn. Where have you been? Somebody tell you about the big fish? No, I don't mean him. Babarago may be the guildmaster, but he's more the big luckworm than the big fish. In fact, he calls you the best fisher in the guild. That's why he wants to see you. Some scholars are raising a hue and cry about a giant fish that needs catching. Refreshing, isn't it? It's actually serious business for a change. What will the morrow bring? Sharks spilling from the sky in a spectacular shower of scales? Oh, don't look at me like that. I am acting the guildmaster after all. I am the acting guildmaster, whatever. You'll find Tobalago at his usual spot at the docks. Might as well hear what he has to say. You're not like to lose by it. And I've surely had a bellyful. Now, before we go and do this, I'm very, like, on edge right now because there's, you know, there's times. There's definitely times. Let's see. I kind of want to check if there's any other fish that I can already catch for the next quest. There's another quest after this. Let's see. Endoceras. Where are you bugger? There you are. He'll be available in 2 hours. Okay. Or, well, according, like, you know. Like, actually, no, wait, this is with... Yeah, this is with fish eyes. It will be in 2 hours. The Namitaro. I seem to remember that one being a pain in the ass. Namitaro. In 1 hour. Okay. Oh my god, right. It requires to catch the giant Takitaro. Whew. Oh no. I'm having PTSD. There's also the Helio. Something. Just give me a moment, my friends. He will be up in about an hour too. In a Sagoli Desert. Okay. And the next chance is in a day. So here, like, this is the reason why I wanted to get to this point in my recordings, you know? So that I can catch these fish, you know, over time. Also, may as well just pin these fish. You can also, like, let me go and show this off, actually. Why didn't I even show this off to begin with? You can also pin fish, like this. So the Enoceras is one that I'm going to need to catch. The Nepto Dragon is one I'll need to catch. I definitely remember that one. Then the Namitaro is one I need to catch. Anything else that I need to catch? Nepto Dragon, Kuno the Killer. Here he is. In 33 minutes, too. So this way you can have all of these at the top. How many are it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's also the Shonisaurus. Shonisaurus. I thought I saw it a moment ago, too. And Shonisaurus. There you are. You're also a right pain in the ass. You have to catch a Mahar and then mooch it into a Shonisaurus. Christ almighty. I can guarantee you these fish will be hell to catch again. I only recently learned, like, oh fuck, I need to catch them again. The thing is also, these fish are untradeable. So, yeah. It's not fun. It's not particularly fun. Let me check, like, without fish eyes. It's in an hour, in 5 hours, 2 hours, in 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Is it all at the same time? 1:30, like 6:33. So I guess the first thing I could go for is Kuno the Killer in half an hour, for which I will need honeyworms. Need to catch one Canavan. Okay, all right. So the Canavan's already kind of... Oh, I remember now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely remember this one. So yeah, I will be having the time of my life trying to catch these insane fish again. So both the Namitaro and the Helicoprion are at the same time. However, this one will have an hour later, another window. So I will probably go for the Helicoprion. Helicoprion, yes, that's actually correct. The Helicoprion first. So in half an hour, I'll be catching this boy, or trying to catch this boy, because, you know, it's not that easy. Then I will be catching, let's see. Then I guess I'll be going, or trying to go for the Nepto Dragon. This fish is a pain in the ass. A right pain in the ass. But we'll get to that when we get to it, right? Anyway, I will pause the recording here now, and I will, well, meet you guys back here once I am ready to start catching Kuno the Killer. Also, can I catch this thing, like, earlier or something? Anything that's... Nope, okay. Okay, I totally forgot that I still have to do this quest. Because I can actually do this quest, so may as well. Ah, Aselin, the adventurer with the alacrity. Lin, this fellow you must follow. He is learned in lore, wise in the ways and the worms, or the ways of worms, whatever. Yes, I am called Aselin, and I am indeed learned in lore. That is to say, I study legends throughout Eorzea, legends of what the common man might call giant fishy things. I recently came across an ancient document which made reference to something called the Nepto-dragon. I should explain that by dragon, the ancients probably meant a giant fish, or possibly a shrubbery of unusual coloring. It's usually one or the other. But my Nepto-dragon was no plant, for the Book of 3 notes it was twice man-sized, that is to say, twice as long as a hewer is tall, and tore through the hulls of trading ships with its mighty teeth. Did it ever live? Does it still? One thing is certain. If I ever find its home waters, it will not be I who hauls the mighty monster out from the depths. I haven't the fortitude. To clarify, I fear water greatly. Even standing in this pier tests my will to its limits. But that is to say, that is why I am here. That I might petition the aid of one such as yourself who harbors no fear. Terrifically told, there we go, and totally true. He came to Babalago, this learner of lore, but Phi, he found, is it Phi, I think? He found this fisher had faults. Too old am I to make after this monster of myth, though I do not think that I am not completely diminished by my dotage. Or do you doubt it, I thought to myself, Lin's a game one game guppy, the best of the bunch, barring myself by the bream. Now then, on to the old ones. I saw that flinch and the furtive flittering of fingers to some folksy charm. Suffice it to say, I speak of fish grown great in gloomy green depths. You've heard chatters about these wily lizards of the waters, I'm sure. But chatting is not catching. More fishes have heard the history than have hooked the hidden heavyweights, ho. Now, if what this learner of lore tells is true, this Nepto-dragon will need a fisher who can catch an old one to order. So it falls to you to prove your prowess. Pretty please. Master Babalago, you've caught your fair share of these elders. That is to say, old ones, have you? Was that a quip or a question? A quick query to yourself, if you please? Why even ask when the answer is clear? Of course I have caught an old one. Notice I stress the singular, Even the master fisher of all Eorzea finds the old ones a heaving handful of hell. Where to begin? Aha! The Titanic starfish, an enigma to entertain even an eclectic expert. It enjoys a certain infamy in its immediate environment, shall I say? Other fish of its fraternity flip their fins and flee from it. You can find the Titanic starfish in Cape Westwind. You must mooch the monster if you're primed to pull it, and our cultured companion will couch his corrections. Now, ready to reel, coddle the creel, use a luckworm, and catch a Melthor goby. Melthor gobies are only the first bait to bag the best. Mooch it to net a wahoo. Now you must maintain the mooch to manacle a Titanic sawfish. A pissy Pisces is this Titanic sawfish, not a drop of doubt about it, only appears when all aligns, the hour, the weather, the welkin's colour. Should you net the Titanic sawfish, no nugget of knowledge will I deny. I had much opportunity to observe old ones from an Umiak, and you shall learn every detail. No easy feat, I know, but mine eyes have seen you master that mendacious marlin of Maslaya, and it makes you a fisher, second only to Babalago. Is it done, or is the dream dead? Did you catch a Titanic sawfish? A Titanic sawfish by the belly bursting with bream. Valiant venturer, fine fisher. Now the news. It was but once that I caught an old one. 10 years younger I was. Bloody and bruised were my hands afterwards. Sliced like sirloin steaks by the rod and line. Was I afraid? Never. Fishing is a fever that burns too fierce for fear. The old one you seek is known as the Navigator's brand, and she wallows in the waters of the Brewer's Beacon. Mayhaps you hear her? Listen. Alas, Western Onosh lacks the proper propinquity. Why can you not speak normally? I used Yumizuno, if I remember, and I do very vividly, as we do vanished valuables. A clear day it was too, the sun high in the sky. The hour? I know not, nor need to know. The old one needs all your knowledge and skill to catch, valiant venturer. Exceptional equipment is an excellent means to an end, to be sure. Go fish, then, the second best fisher in Eorzea. Go fish! A gather rating of 290 or higher is required to successfully catch an old one. The fish will escape otherwise, so equip yourself accordingly before performing this task. Did you do the deed? Mayhap the Old One observed with his oversized orbs the futility of fleeing the ferocious fisher. Wabalago is not worried. Happy happenstance. It was that I caught my Old One, and you will also be lucky with your lure. A king among navigators' daggers, and lord of the waters of the Brewer's Beacon. I was really lucky with this catch. And navigators, brand, the deed is done. This is the lord of the Brewer's Beacon by the Preem. Still, the success is shocking in its suddenness. Have I been surpassed, slipped to the second spot from the summit? I am not worried, for there is more to fishercraft than obliging Old Ones. Still, Lynn is skilled to snag her second Old One, and I am less lonely at the top of it. At the top for it. A fine fish, this navigator's brand. Firm, yet flaky, I fancy. Grilled with garlic and garnished with greens, or steamed with shallots, then served sauced and spiced. A vintage viand, or viand, I guess, with this Old One will make. The Old One is an oblation, that much is obvious. Grab the grill pan, let us greet the god of gastronomy. Wabalago also wants his wet-aged fish, marinating in its marine memories. A dry, no wizened white wine, I think. Something from the 6th Astral era sleeping in my cellar. Still here. Abject apologies, Asselin, my admirable academic. I hereby pronounce Lynn proficient and pugnacious, fit to fish your lurking Leviathan. Ah, that's a relief. As I said, I will have to avail myself of the services of a skilled fisher once I find the Nectar Dragon. Mrs. Lynn, I hope you will accept a standing offer to face this hideous monsters in my stead. Fantastic, that is to say, excellent. I shall continue my travels and discover where legend becomes reality. I'll return when I know more. A fine collaboration this will be. You fish, I publish. Farewell for now. That is to say, see you soon. Well, that went well, wouldn't you say? Now for practice. A scholar stops by and suddenly we must supplement our skills. We are often oblivious to Old Ones, but they are all around us in appreciable abundance. Culling them would be a quill in your cap. I recommend it readily. You can always take the catch to Mordona. I've been told tales of summoning Revenant's Toe with terrific tools to trade for fearsome fishies. Everyone enjoys an excellent exchange, and they say there are many to be had from this trade, Ratatol. The 3 T's, my master called it: technique, tool, and talent. Neglect not the right equipment if you are obsessed with the Old Ones. What a marvelous meal I'll make of this. Should I share it with that surly Sisyphus, or slight her by just saving a salted slice? She's looking at you. But it doesn't really matter much what I get from this. Right, I like big fish and I cannot back. The arrival of an audacious adventurer is always an auspicious affair. I have a word for you if you would wait but a whit. Phew. All this long while have I, Wabalago, wielded the willow, and so I have an unparalleled understanding of the calamity's copious consequences for the creatures that cavort in courses and combers. Such confusion and chaos caused by the calamity. Fish are found far from where they once frolicked, like the loosing of the legendary Nectar Dragon in new domiciles. With which I wander onto today's topic. The realm rings with reports and rumors of fantastic fish, incredibly itch thick impressions that indicate an onslaught of Old Ones. Better than Old Ones, living legends. Only a false fisher fails to fling herself at such a fortuitous find. Lanoche, the Black Shroud, and Sanolan were where these rousing reports arose. The dearth of details thus deter dilettantes, oh my fucking god, despite the delights of living legends. But your fillet fisher, flush with frills and fundamentals both. Lure all 3 living legends into the light of day or die despairing. Enervated by the enormity of the enterprise, practice makes perfect, so you might ply your pole against all the Old Ones first. If only I were footloose and fancy-free like you. It's my fatal flaw that I am indisposed as well as too important to indulge my instinct for itch thick, I think, inspection. Alright, and now he wants you to catch the 3 living legends in the Nosh, or Lanoche, the Black Shroud, and Sanolan. Which, if I take a good gander at the thing, whoop, Here it is. Which would be the Endoceras, the Namitaro, and the Helicoprion. Helicopter. Yeah. So anyway, now I will be right back for you guys in a fucking, well, 70 minutes for me. It would seem that we are reaching the fishing window. I am now here in the North Shards, in the North Shards, fishing hole. I am using a honeyworm. And to catch Kuno the Killer, we are going to need to mooch. So we're going to catch a silverfish, mooch it into a goldfish, and then catch a canavan, which is already a rare fish. That's already a big fish. So we're going to begin with that one. Once we have once we have caught him, we will then have the opportunity to catch Kuno the Killer by catching some other fish into each other too. But we'll get to that when we get to it. First thing first, you know. And there we go. The window is open for Kuno the Killer. However, the window for Canavan is a lot tighter, actually. So I, off camera, decided to get a couple of angler points so I could use makeshift bait, which allows me to mooch fish that aren't a large size. So all we have to do right now, friends, is hope for some RNG. That is literally all we can do. All we can do at this point is hope that... Of course I catch a big boy now. What the fuck? And it's a lamp marina. We need a silverfish. We have 5 minutes to catch a canavan. Or 6 minutes, I think. Actually, no, it's 5 minutes. Okay. Or like around 5 minutes. The thing is, we could also do this with fish eyes, but then it becomes really messy. Is this really going to be another lamp marina? Because I think it will be. Because of how long it takes for the fish to bite. Yep. The way that the fishing also works is that you can determine which fish you're going to catch, but with like how much time it takes for your fish to bite. So the silverfish actually bites relatively fast. That's not what I wanted to catch. That is a little bit stupid. Automatically press the button like a dangus. Anyway, that's just another fish. Not what I need in any case. We need a fish with a weak bite. This one over here. I'm pretty dang sure that this is the fish. And then we need to mooch this guy and catch another fish with a weak bite. Which should normally be a goldfish. If it is a fish with a weak bite. Otherwise, I will let it go. Okay. Once again, letting a fish go doesn't take as long as catching a fish, so it is a pretty good idea if you want to win time to just ignore any fish that you don't need. If you can discern that, of course, because it's not always discernible. And that is not the fish I need. Rip. I'm going to do this in advance because my makeshift bait was going to run out anyway. By the way, the difference between using normal patience and patience 2, let me go and see if I can do that in a moment. It's not going to be the fish I need. The difference is, this one has a 40% efficiency. Or, I'm sorry, no. Increases the chance of catching a large fish by 50%. Well, this increases it by 80%. So, that is a pretty big difference in my most humblest of opinions. Please give me the fish that I need. That would be very nice if he would give me the fish that I need. Otherwise, this will have been a wasted trip. No, wasted is a big word. It's a nice thing. Like, it's a way to... I feel like most of this episode is going to be me just showing off how it is to catch large fish and what it requires you to do. Most of it, like, a lot of it is still luck, regardless of how you look at it. Which is a little bit unfortunate. Can't really say that I like it that much. But at the same time, it does make it exciting. So, Like right now, I'm very restlessly looking at how much time I have left. I can keep doing this though, and I think I will too. But I just have to use fish eyes, and it's just gonna take longer, basically. Because Kuno the Killer is gonna be up for the entirety that the... Actually, no, it's just always up. Apparently. No? It says all day. I think, yeah, it is basically always up, Kuno the Killer, but you have to catch a Canavan before. And the Canavan is the one who is locked behind the weather that's happening right now, gloom, and also time. So between 8 and 18 o'clock. Or, you know, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. No, okay. That is not amazing. We have less than a minute left. And I have a tiny feeling that I won't be able to get it. But I am a little bit unsure about that one. Does this cancel my mooching thing? Actually, so effect... Okay, yes. There we go. So it will have an effect afterwards. 30 seconds. By the way, that this works when it comes to... Like, okay, if I throw out my fishing rod before the timer runs out, but the fish doesn't bite until the timer runs out, so... The idea is basically, once you cast out your rod, if that is still within the window, then you should still be able to catch it. If you have cast out your rod in the fishing window, then you should still be able to catch it. Is how it works. And if you look at that, big surprise to literally no one. I didn't get it. Another thing that I've noticed, which is going to be a little bit of a problem, which I may go and resolve off camera in a moment, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do this otherwise, is using cordial. There is an item called cordial, and that is something... Cancels current mooching opportunity. Of course it does. No, I can't just do this, though. No, I can't. It's still not enough. Jesus Christ. Fish eyes requires way too much GP. I don't care what anybody says. Just give it a second until I have 550, and then we can try for, like, 1 attempt, basically. There we go. I've got a minute left on both of them. Like, I've got a minute on both of them. I do not really like doing this too much, so I think I may just leave this fish for now. Especially, like, once you get to higher levels, then you get increased GP regeneration, and you also have the ability to have... I guess I already have the ability, technically, but I just don't have the resources. To get cordial, or high cordial, which will restore your GP. So the combination of those things makes catching big fish a lot more feasible at higher levels. Just purely because of the different toolkit you will have. Hand it over. That toolkit you have. I think I may get a chance to catch it. There it is. Okay, as you can see, even in the last possible moment, with, like, my last resources, I can still catch the boy. And now we get a buff of 23 minutes in which we can catch Kuno the Killer. However, I ran out of GP, so now I have to wait until I have my 560 GP back. So I will be throwing out my rod to try and, if I am lucky, get a big fish, or like get like a large sized fish. If I'm even super lucky, I can fucking mooch it together. But that would be, like, the amount of luck I would need for that is ridiculous. That means I have to, like, catch 2 big fish in a row, which is not gonna happen. Like 2 large fish. It's so weird. Like, the big fish are called, like, the rare fish are the big fish. Like, large-sized fish are different. It's weird. Anyway, I'm excited. I've got, like, 14 minutes or something to try and catch the killer. All we can do is pick a god and pray, my friends. Because that is honestly what big fish catching is about. Anyway, to catch Kuna the Killer, by the way, the thing we have to do is cast out a silverfish, which I just caught. And then we have to wait for a bite, a strong bite this time. Normally we wait for the light bite over here, or the weak bite, to get the goldfish. But now we need to catch something else instead. It is still the glowworm, yeah? Or the honeyworm, sorry. Yeah, okay. So the bait is still the same for both things. The only thing that needs to happen right now is that we need to catch a... What is this fish called? We need to catch an assassin beta. Or beta. So yes, this is the catching big fish, friends. I do still really enjoy it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I like it a lot. I've been ridiculed for it. But no longer. Let me see if there's like a better way to catch an assassin beta. See if I can find that. There may be another way for me to catch it other than mooching. Let's see. An assassin beta. Or beta. So the only way you can get it is indeed by having... Okay. So you can only catch it by mooching a honeyworm into... Okay. So the way that we were doing it is indeed the only way that we can catch it. So you have to mooch it with a... like you have to mooch a silverfish and then pray. And then wait for a strong bite. So 2 exclamation points. As opposed to 1. But unfortunately enough for me, I am gonna be catching these boys, I think, because I do want to get the angler's art. Even if these are not the fish that I need, I will still catch them for the sake of getting the angler's art, because I really need it if I want to keep trying. Since I do not have any cordial on Lin. I could get some, but yeah, that is for something. That is just something I will probably try to get at a later point. Right, so we got the silverfish. So now we need to hope that we get a fish with a strong bite. And then we can mooch that one into our chance to catch Kuno the Killer. Because even should the ferocious bite be there, it is still not guaranteed that we will catch him. Keep that in mind. If a ferocious bite happens and it's for a big fish, your chance of catching it is not guaranteed. Even should your gathering rate be over the amount that you need, there's still an RNG chance of whether or not you get it. I think there's also still an RNG chance whether or not... Actually, I think assassin betas mooch into each other, don't they? I seem to remember something like that. This might just be another assassin beta, which allows me to continuously mooch this fish in and of it. Yeah, there we go, yeah. So once you've caught one assassin beta, then you can keep on mooching it into each other. So like if you don't catch, like if you don't have a Kuno the Killer bite, then it will just be another assassin beta. And you can just keep going and going and going until, well, until you have the fish. Or until you run out of time too. It's the unfortunate little side effect. I think we may have him right now. I think he's gonna bite. I'm gonna... Yeah, definitely. There we go. This is what I mean. He bit, but we didn't catch him. Your gathering rate is insufficient for landing this catch. What the fuck? Bro, I have 380... I have so much fucking gathering. Are you serious? Does this website tell me? Is this seriously a thing right now? That would be stupid. Oh my god, minimum gathering 397. Fuck you. That's a big fuck you from me right there. Oh my god, I cannot believe that just happened. Well, let's leave. This apparently will stay. That's intriguing. Although I don't think it's going to stay forever. I'm going to move to Olda, and we will see if the fish thing will stay or not. It would be very funny if it did, but I don't think it will. And I am correct. Rip, my friends. Big fucking rip right there. Cannot believe that happened. Alright, may as well just go and check out all the gathering rates that I will need for all these fish. So, yep. What does this one need? Also 397. That is so stupid. I fucking hate this game. Fucking hate it. Anyway, I will fucking be right back, I guess. In the backside of this boat in the western... In just east, sorry, west, east and west are the same for me. In eastern Lanoche, we are going to try and catch the Nepto Dragon himself. You can just catch him without needing to have anything with this quest. But you do need him for the quest eventually, so I would suggest holding on to it. You're gonna need Northern Krill, and you're gonna need to wait. I'm gonna have to wait another 20 seconds, and then it will start raining. Either raining or pouring, like either rain or shower weather. And for the entirety of the day, you can then catch little Talios, which you can catch with your Northern Krill. So, give it a moment. It'll be there in a moment. And now. Somewhere. I'm gonna wait for it to start raining. Yes, yes. It should begin. There it is. Okay. So, the thing you need to do first is catch 3 little Talios, which you can catch with Northern Krill, and they have a strong bite. So this over here. However, you know, whether or not they are actually, you know, whether or not this is actually the fish that we need is not guaranteed, of course. Let's see. It is, of course, not. Let me go and do surface slap and just get him out of here. I bought some cordial. I also grinded some Angler's art off camera. Just to prepare myself, so I can have the most amount of chances that I can possibly have. Right after this one is done, we are also going to get... we're also immediately going to be able to jump into the next fish to catch, which is going to be in the Sagoli Desert. Speaking of which, I should, once I am done with this catch... Yes, yes. It's just going to be this again. Let me go and open up another little wiki page that I will need. Mainly so I know where this area is. Okay, it's in the bottom left of the Sagoli Desert. Alright. So, depending on how it goes, we may be here the full... Actually, you know, the more that I think about it, we are probably going to be here the full 20 minutes. The Nepto Dragon is an elusive little bugger. If I recall correctly, he appears relatively often, however. And that is a big however. He's a slippery bugger. I remember having so many times, like, the amount of times that I tried to catch this guy is kind of ridiculous. So, we'll just see how it goes. That is all I can say, really. We'll just have to see how it goes, because I could either get extremely lucky and catch it in the first attempt, or, like, in the first window, basically. The idea is once you've caught these 3 fish, similar to, like, what happened earlier, then you get a moment where the fish is... I cannot do it twice in a row, that's unfortunate. Does it even say that in that thing? Nope. Oh, it cannot be used for consecutive casts. There it is. So this would be where, if you were, for instance, I first caught a fish of a strong bite, which I think is the only other fish in this place that has a strong bite. You surface slap, then you can cast out your rod again, and if you then get a strong bite, you can then use double hook, and then you will get more than one of those Talios, and just immediately be able to advance. However, since, you know, the skills are locked behind Stormblood, I won't be able to do that. As unfortunate as that may be. Let's see. Is this another little Talos, or am I... No, it's a blowfish. Let's go and keep trying then. I shouldn't forget to use Chum, because I have a full stack of Angler's Intuition, so... Is it Angler's Intuition? Angler's Art, there it is. I think I was thinking about my warrior brain. Thinking about raw intuition. So I think I will like probably show the first a couple of attempts that I'm gonna try to catch the Nepto Dragon, and then after that I will be cutting out any, like I'm not gonna show you the full 20 minutes of me trying to catch the Nepto Dragon. Maybe some like moments where I'm like, but even I don't really expect there to be moments like that, in my humble opinion. I will have like a moment every single time that he bites. So there we go. Now we have the Fisher's Intuition. There it is. And with Fisher Intuition, we now have the Nepto Dragon available. He is also caught with a Northern Krill, and it's a ferocious bite like this. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be fucking kidding me. There is no way in hell. Lynn is the luckiest person alive, huh? Even with, sorry, but even with the freaking, even with the Kuno the Killer, like she, oh my fucking god, I'm so happy. The Nepto Dragon is such a pain and he has to catch normally. That is unbelievable. Well, as you can see, my friends, miracles do happen. However, we are not done yet. Because there's still a couple more fishies, and there's still one more in particular, whom will appear in 17 minutes in the Sagoli Desert. So I will meet you guys in my time 17 minutes, and in you guys' time in like a second. BRB. Alright, deep in the Sagoli Desert. Over here, somewhere in the desert, there's just a little freaking gap over here. We have to do sand fishing or dune fishing for this. So, we are gonna catch the helicopterion. It's the helicopterion. The way that you catch this one is by using a sand leech and then mooching it into a, what is the hell is this fish called? Into a storm rider, which is a strong bite fish. And then after that, it is once again RNGs as whether or not you, and whether or not the fish bites, and then whether or not you actually catch it. I still cannot believe the freaking Nepto Dragon situation. But this is the second fish that I'm really scared of getting. So, in a second, we should be good to go. To be right about now-ish. So, the time in which you can catch this fish is between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. And it needs to be a heat wave. Or heat waves. Multiples. Right, is this the fish that I need? No, then I will surface slap it away. Once again, I grinded some Angler's Art off camera to get some stuff. To get some Angler Art to use for getting my makeshift bait and my well, mainly that actually. Now I think about it. Since this is mooching, like if I didn't need mooching, I would just use it for GP. But since I need to mooch, then I would much rather use this, and then I can use Chum to decrease the amount of time that I'm waiting for a fish to bite. So, throw in the Storm Rider. Storm Rider, right? Yes. Throw the Storm Rider in, and then it is a matter of RNG whether or not you get the Helicopterion, or I think another one. That was the Helicopterion, because I didn't catch it. I think there's another fish that has similar things to it, if I recall correctly. Also, Surface Life is a level 71 skill, just FYI. You know, I don't think that you can just casually use... I don't think that you have all of these skills at any point, no. Some of these are definitely at a higher level, since, you know, Lynn is level 80, at level 80 Fisher, so... But all of these things will help, and even now I still feel like I'm missing things to catch big fish. So, you know. I'm going to do this. Let me go and do this. I almost used my angler sword, which would not have been good because I need to use it for mooching. Or I want to use it for mooching. Let me say it like that. Jesus, I only have 9 minutes for this. This is terrifying. The reason why this is terrifying is because the next chance I get is like fucking Monday in the morning. So, yeah. Today it is Saturday, by the way. So all I can do is hope that I can catch it now. Fuck you, you stupid ant-slime slug bitch. That is not the best. So yeah, as you can see, there's now, I think, a grand total of 3 fish that have a strong bite in this region. And one of them is the Storm Rider. And the other 2 are the slug we just got and something else. That I don't even remember, because I don't care to remember. Because all I care about is Storm Riders, so I can catch the Helicoptrion. Or definitely try. So yeah, as we have also painfully learned in this episode, if you do not have enough gathering to actually catch a fish, the game will also tell you that. But at that point, it is just RNG. It doesn't matter if you have so much more gathering than what is required. That changes absolutely nothing. Now, I seem to remember there being something outside of the Helicoptrion. I love saying it like that, because I love that meme. Okay. I got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That is amazing. Alright, now, since we have gotten this one basically immediately, it allows us to go and try to catch something else. Because that is, because that one is also up at the same time, for which we need to go to the South Shroud. Because we need to go to Earth's Gift. Let me go and check for a moment while the game goes dark. Well, not dark, but, you know. I think I know where this area is, but I am just going to make sure. Earth's Found, yeah. Or is it Earth's... No, is it Earth's Gift? Huh. Okay. I think you can go over to Earth's Found and just try to catch this fish over here. This one will be another one similarly to the killer. Let's see. I need... So, you first need to go and catch a giant Takitaro, which is a big fish in and of itself. So, you just throw out your glowworm, and then it is a matter of, once again, RNG, whether or not you get the Takitaro, the giant Takitaro to bite. And then it's, of course, another matter whether or not you actually catch it. Now, the tricky thing with this one over here, by the way, for this fish, you need both glowworms and also topwater frogs. The tricky part comes after catching him. After you have caught a giant Takitaro, you have a minute to throw out your frog, like your topwater frog, and pray to God that you get the Namitaro. Because even if he bites, once again, doesn't mean that you'll catch it. Which is horrible, terrifying, but man, is it good! Am I a masochist for saying that? I perhaps may be a masochist for saying that. But do I care about that? No. No, I don't. I do not care at all. You know, let me go and do this, and I'll go and do a surface slap. This can sometimes help too. If you just, like, catch one of the fish in the thing and just surface slap it, and then don't catch anything else, then it will just be basically off the radar. So then we have, like, one less fish that the rotation would go through. So yeah. We need to wait for a... yeah, whoopsie. We do need to wait for a ferocious bite. So 3 exclamation points for this fish. We also have like about 17-ish minutes still left on this fish window. This fish window is fairly common. Or in any case, according to my tracker right now, it's fairly common. 18% uptime or something, that is pretty good. Well, the Helicoptrion only has a 1.5% uptime, which is pretty horrible. Mind you, not as bad as it could be, but, you know, still not ideal. Let me say it like that. Okay, I will now stop using Chum, because I want to use Chum on the first cast of my top water frog thing, once I get the window, because that means that I could, in theory, have 2 chances. So yeah. Exciting, y'all! I'm extremely excited every single time for catching, especially when, like, catching big fish will kind of, like, especially when if I have something that is like real time based for my recordings, then it's just like, oh man, I want to get this over with so I don't have to think about it anymore. It constantly happens. It's kind of ridiculous. Now, I do seem to recall the giant Takitaro being pretty dang rare, though. I do seem to recall this one taking a while to bite. Usually, a lot of fish that require, or like that don't require mooching, tend to be kind of difficult to get to bite. Once again, I am not lying about the freaking Nepto Dragon thing, by the way. I still cannot believe that I got that at the first cast. Like, he bit on the first cast, and I caught him on the first cast. That is, like... That I've never in my life... Well, I've only caught him once, mind you, but, like... The last time I tried to catch him, it took me so fucking long. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm happy, because capturing the Nepto Dragon is a pain in the ass. So I wish you a lot of luck with catching that one, by the way. If you're lucky, then you might, you know, get it like me. I guess it's streamer luck, you know? Which is ridiculous, because that usually doesn't exist with me, like, at all. Oh well. Whatever. Just get over it. I got it, and that is, I think, all that really matters in the end. But we are not out of the woods yet, mind you, because there is still some other buggers left. But they are, thank God, not that rare. Except for one more. There's one more that can be a... that could definitely pose to be a problem. It says like uptime is 2.4%, but I don't know how rare the weather... maybe the... it's difficult to ascertain that. There we go. So this should, in theory, be the giant Takitaro. Yes, it is. Alright, let's go with a top water frog. What the frog doing? I took a liberty of making a lot of these, because I seem to remember the top water frog breaking pretty dang quickly. Oh boy. Okay, rip. You got away. Once again, when it comes to Fish for Intuition 2, as long as you can cast your rod before the buff runs out, it will count. Damn it. There we go. This will be my final cast for this anyway, so... I don't need to use bait. Like, I don't need to use bait! Yes, no. I don't need to use Chum to catch this one, though. Aha! Haha! I think this is it, boys and girls. I think, as far as my intuition is correct, this should be it. Yes! Wow! Nice. Awesome! I think, not gonna lie though, the difference between me catching them now and catching them back in Yield Day... Yield Day. Talking like I'm an old man. Is... Like, the biggest difference with that, in any case, is that now I have caught so many of the big fish already that I have, like, tactics. I have ideas of, like, how I can manipulate and make the most out of the time that I have to catch a fish. Anyway, the next one on our list is going to be in Western Lanoche. This one is going to be in the... I'm DCing for some reason. Sending 0 and receiving 0. Nice. And there it is. What the fuck? I don't understand my internet from time to time. Anyway, The one that we are going to catch, or need to catch, is going to be in the Isles of Umbra. More specifically, all the way down here. Also, let me go into my Chocobo saddlebag and throw in these big boys. The helicopter! So sorry. But I love that meme so much. Unfortunately, don't have the hat anymore. Whew, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, another thing which I guess I can show off while I'm here. Since it is night at the moment. I can show you guys a little secret. And that is this magic pot boy over here. Who responds only here during the night. Gimme an elixir. You can give him an elixir and he will give you a wind-up, like you can give him either a high elixir or a normal elixir or both. And he will give you a wind-up sun and a wind-up moon. So, slash poke to adjust elevation, says point to inform others of its location. Slash blow kiss to get strange looks from faster. That's pretty good. Wait, is there like, is it for both of them the same? With this menu, the sun will never go down on you. Slash poke to adjust elevation. That's pretty good. Anyway, we need for this particular fish, let's see, you're going to need a spoonworm, and you're going to need to catch a full moon sardine. Full moon sardines are only caught during the night. So, you could, in theory, like, it's gonna be in 9 minutes or something, which, when is that in hours in time? I have no idea. Oof. I don't think that the window for catching it's going to be that big for me this time. I think this will be tighter than before. I have 9 minutes or something. I'm going to be catching some fish while I can. Just so I can get more... just so I can get more angler's art. So I can use the mooching thing, the makeshift bait. So I will probably meet you guys back here in a little bit. I'm not gonna... Well, actually, I guess I can stop the recording for the moment. Alright. The hour is come. The hour for the weather to change. And then we have 4 in-game hours to try and catch this fish. I will be using makeshift bait, and then my chum. I said it earlier, but once again I'll repeat myself, spoonworm. You mooch it into, or like you catch a full moon sardine, you mooch that boy, and then you wait for your ferocious bite, is the idea. And now, we're getting close to the hour at hand, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to catch myself a full moon sardine first. Which should, in theory, not be too difficult. Since, how much is 4 in-game hours in real time? Let's see in a moment. 11 minutes. Okay, that's actually a lot more generous than I thought it would be. I was really expecting it to be like, oh yeah, you have no time at all. I'm like, oh fuck. But it's actually surprisingly forgiving. So yeah, this will be what we'll be doing. Catch yourself a full moon sardine and mooch it out into the wild blue. And then wait for the bite of a ferocious fish. You have got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, you cheeky bitch. Okay, apparently there's another fish that... I was wondering that. I was really, really wondering that. I was like, there has to be a catch. There has to be a catch to this fish. Other than, you know, it requires... I'm going to explain this at a later point in this episode too. A couple of things that, like... I'm just in general going to explain, like, what certain fish are... Or, like, what certain fish requirements can be. But, like, the overlapping things that need to happen to make the end of Ceres appear... is kind of ridiculous. So the fact that there's another fish That's kind of bonkers. The fact that there is another fish that shares the same mooch type is kind of bonkers. So I guess that is the catch with the Endoceros, huh? But it's not super rare, maybe? I don't know. The next window would be in 46 minutes. Should it happen again. Like, should I not be able to catch it in this window, which is very plausible, since the window isn't that long. And even still, even if it's a long window, you can just get RNG screwed and not get it anyway. So... Alright, what'll it be? Coelacanth, or... will it be the Endoceras? Endoceras, amigos. It is the Coelacanth. Or the Coelacanthus, whatever. Let's see how many of these we will catch before we get the Endoceras, my friends. I really thought for a second that I was like, there's no way that I did that again. But no. Seems like there's another big boy in the way. I like big fish and I cannot lie. Wasn't that like a quest name? Or something? Don't remember. Let's go, my sardine friend. Ah, it seems that the Coelacanthus will disappear at some point. That's nice. Because of the time stuff. Okay. But that will not avail me, I think. I guess we will see. We will just have to see, my friends. RNGesus has taken the wheel. From this point onward. There's not much else I can do, which I haven't done already. God damn. Is this gonna... Is this going to be my Nepto Dragon situation? Is this gonna be the revenge of the Nepto Dragon? After I caught it in one freaking cast? Ridiculous. I still cannot believe that. That's stupid. I mean, I'm happy, but at the same time, like, ugh. I suffered so much before, and now it just goes automatically. Weird. Come on! You can't keep teasing me like this! You can't keep getting away with it! And there we go. The time is closing in, y'all. And I cannot extend it with fish eyes, apparently. I guess that weather will change at some point or whatever. Which would be surprising to me, because I thought it was... like... I thought it was... 8 in-game hours or something for each weather pattern. Fuck you! God dang it. I'm gonna, like... I'm gonna just cast it out and see if I can catch a big one just out of pure luck. By a big one, I mean like a large-sized fish. I don't think so, but, you know, could be lucky. Nope. Okay. Well, that is it for this attempt against the Endoceros. That's actually the first one that... Oh, actually, I guess in theory the second one that I missed out on. Unfortunate, but, you know. So be it. I don't understand, though, why it's not... Nope. I don't understand it. I don't really understand why it doesn't allow me to try and catch it again. Is it because of the full moon sardine? Nah. That's such a weird little thing. You know what, y'all? I think I'm going to... I can't do that, though, anymore. Shit. I fucked it up. Well, you know what? We're just gonna move on. We're gonna go to... I'm gonna go to the next location. I'm gonna try to catch Kuna the Killer again. So I will be right back again. There we go. On a highway to the killer. Now all we have to do is, you know, get lucky. And hope that we can catch him. Now wouldn't that be a treat? Because then I can go and eat. That rhymed. Nice. He's gonna bite, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna catch him. Oh my god! Ah. You know what? It could it couldn't have ended any better. There we go. Kuno the Killer is in my possession. Adios, Kuno the Killer. I will be right back. At least I do feel like catching full moon sardines isn't too bad. At least that is something. However, the things that then bite the full moon sardines are more than one thing. Including another big fish. Of course. Oh well. We'll see how it goes. That is honestly the best we can do. That is why I, in the beginning, said we pick a god and pray. What'll it be? What will it be? Will it be the thing I need, or will it not be the thing I need? Oh! Nice. Nice. Get that off of my list. Alright, my friends, I will, well, I'll meet you guys back here in a moment for you guys, and like an hour or two for me. Alright, here we are, friends. Ready. All my tools. My body is ready. We are over here in Curtis Central Highlands, on this particular spot, which is the Witch Drop fishing spot. And we are ready to go and catch ourselves the Shonisaurus, the final fish I still need to catch, which requires you to mooch. You need to use hover worms, wait for a strong bite, catch yourself a hoverfish, which I have actually already, or sorry, a cloud cutter. You need a cloud cutter. And then you need to mooch the cloud cutter and then catch yourself a mahar, which is already a big fish. And then you need to mooch that mahar into another big fish. Like into the Shonisaurus. Let's go. However, I am a dumbass and I didn't think about needing to refresh my buff. And now we are here in a situation where I just had the big boy appear. I actually managed to catch it, but I couldn't mooch it because I forgot. So yeah, if that is the reason why I will miss out on this fishing window, I will not be happy. In any way, shape, or form. Go away, cat. I swear. It's even warmer now than it was earlier. It's like, yeah, like late in the evening, but like, Jesus Christ. It's the worst. Alright, here it is. Got my other chance. And this time I can actually mooch it. And, well, now it's RNGesus. Whether or not we are actually able to catch it. Well, it's been RNGesus since the beginning, but, you know. I'm holding my finger on the trigger. Oh! I don't think there's anything else you can catch with the mahar, so if my calculations are correct, this should be the boy. That it is, y'all. Nice. Okay, and with that, I will be right back. Man, oh man, am I a happy fishman slash fish woman, I suppose, I don't know. I got all the fish in a single day. Which is really surprising to me. Have you ran out those 3 living legends? If first you fail, try Tyosi to match fail. Here, check out these things. Feel these firm flanks. See how the scales scintillate. This is some show of skill that you learn to lure these living legends. Master Wolago, don't mean to bother you, but I need a moment of your time. These days, it's almost like the Rotanos fished out. Everybody sits as high coming back as they did going out. Fewer fish, you say? Dire development that disrupts dining delights for decades. Aye, this ain't your average bad streak. Something's happening out there, and folks are tired of watching and waiting. This time of the year, there ought to be a colossal catches of cod and cuttlefish, croakers and cabalin. Could it be the consequence of crazy currents displacing denizens of the drink? I shall set Sissipu in the situation straight away. Meanwhile then, why don't you resume reeling for living legends? Reports have recently reached me of sightings in Curses and Mordona. Return hither once you have hooked and hauled in those hulks. Trust me, they're already rotting in my pocket. It's a chancy challenge, chasing choice char? Living legends, of course I remember. Very vague venture, a vanishingly small stab at success. Could it be that the master has been mastered? That the Wolago has been wowed? The canon is correct, you have cast off your callowness to collect the catch of the day. Looks like Lynn here caught herself a pass of living legends. Am I seeing a changing of the guard, Wolago? Don't be so silly, Sissipu. Lynn is an adventurer, an all-around achiever, not about to confine herself to one craft. And I was so looking forward to organizing a retirement roast in your honor. But anyway, I came by to update you on the situation you told me about. We can rule out the currents as the cause. The cold current from the Bloodbrine Sea into the Indigo Deep is a tad fatter this year, but nothing out of the ordinary. Yes, the sea has its seasonal shifts. We must cast about elsewhere for the cause of the collapsing catch. I'm happy to report that I have solved the mystery of the plummeting fish population. That is to say, the fishery in the Rotano Sea is doomed thanks to the Neptune dragon. The absent Acidin arrives. Your academic acumen is always appreciated, so there be dragons in these deeps? Master Wolago, you did say that the calamity displaced fauna from their natural habitats. Well, not in so many words, but I believe we understand one another. I have verified that indeed sightings of the old ones soared following the calamity. More importantly, I have discovered that the Neptune dragon is calamity's mistress. That is to say, the creature always appears just after a natural disaster. Historical records also spoke of slumping fish stock at the time of the Neptune dragon's appearance. So this current situation in the Rotano Sea looks to be the history repeating itself. That is to say, the fisheries here will die a painful, lingering death. And as for what this creature is, I believe I know that also. A sport born of little thalaos, or as we scholars like to say, a freak of nature. But little thalaos have no natural enemies, and if the Neptune dragon is a monster version of it, we must catch the thing or these fisherfolk will starve. This random rogue can ruin the entire Rotani seaboard? That would be correct. Luckily, I've had urchins, that is to say children, and not those fascinating creatures with feet wringing their mouths, on the lookout. One of them spotted the Neptune dragon off Costa del Sol. Master Gagaruju has been kind enough to arrange a ship for a bit of dragon slaying, so to speak. Go greet your glory, then. As the finest fisher in these parts, it falls on you to finish this fearsome foe, or fish this fearsome foe, whatever. Why? Trust me, he's already in my pocket. Yeah, boy. Am I actually, like, giving these fish? Or, yes, I am. That is stupid and annoying. I need to speak with the boy. Really? I already have the fish, though. He's already here. How big is this fish? Does it tell me? No. I think it should tell me in my fishing log, yeah? Not fish guides. Records. Well, no, records are a different thing now. Fish guide. Give me a second, because now I'm actually kind of curious how big this fish is that I caught. There's wherever he may be. That's Heavensward stuff, so... This one over here. It doesn't tell me. Nice. Okay, good. Well, I'm not complaining, I suppose. Well, I am, but, you know, whatever. Well, Master Kikuruji's planked. Awful thorough he was about it, too. Speak with the skipper here, and when you're ready, and I'll take you to the ship. So, you know, that was before you could fly. You can just talk to the boy here. Or the skipper, sorry. Was aboard the Rotana privateer. When you catch that Neptune dragon, give it here. We'll lay it on deck, get a measure of its size. Yoink. The Saltsworn once summoned us with the shipboard shell. He spoke of a supreme struggle with a sea serpent. We rowed robustly to reach you, ready for any ruggedness. Terrific timing for the three of us. Missed the threat, but not the thrill. Why, what a whale you've wished out of the Whitecaps. Did you actually reel this monster up all by yourself? Even after all this time, you still managed to surprise me, Lynn. Can I get some help here? Decomposition waits for no man, and I should like to avoid any unnecessary eruptions during this dissection. A great day for science, and congratulations on avoiding the destruction of an entire way of life and all that. If you'll excuse me, I must get to the laboratory. Then it's time we return to Fisherman's Bottom and deliver the good news to everyone. The lucent length of the late living legend fills me with fancies of flaky flesh. Surely science is not so stingy that it can't spare a succulent slice. You want to eat the Neptune dragon? That is so Obalago. It's science. Aselin's research is far more important than your supper plans. Alright. Alright. I'm so happy that I managed to finish this in one day. Don't ask me where that sound came from. I'm just losing my mind because I'm quite pleased with myself. Now I can just relax for the next couple of days. Well, I could always relax, but you know what I mean. I feel even better. You're good, but I'm better! Adventure, we appreciate all you've accomplished here. Once more, the Rotano shall brim with bluefins and bream bonito and bass. You are an amply accomplished angler, gifted in getting at the gilt gulpers. Everything in Ursa is yours to ensnare. But bear in mind, better to bide your time when the biting isn't brisk. Patience is precious, though precious few perceive it so. Philosophical followings are not my forte, but few can beat me in braising, boiling, and browbeating. Aselin sneaked me some scrumptious steaks, sawed off of the Neptune dragon. No speaking to Sisapu of this, she's blinded by science. Now decisions. Brown in butter, capers, cream and cumin. Or patted in pepper and put in a pie. Not a good choice. I think a Mizumo would be better than a streamer. Why is he here? Anyway, with that we get an achievement, Imagine Dragon. And we also get the title of Dragon's Deep. I also have this thing, but fuck that. I don't need that. I'm just gonna ignore that. It's gonna be the piece of my inventory getting filled. Now, another thing that I would like to say. So we get 99 Aetheryte tickets from this, which is a thing. So another thing I would like to mention about these big fish. Let us take a gander at something for a moment. Yes, I know there will be no sound for a moment, which will be not the best thing. Let me go to this website over here. Then we're gonna go and look up. Come on, if it wants to load. It's taking its dear sweet time. Right, we're gonna go and look up the wait, Coelacanth. What is this called? Coelacanthus. Canthus. So, sometimes, or in any case with any fish at all in this game, you can just desynthesize them, which will increase your skill with it, and it would also give you different things. And some of these can actually have surprisingly interesting things in them. Let me see, Canavan. What is a Canavan like? Like both the last fish that I did, like the Coelacanthus and the Canavan, can drop elegant gold pieces, or fragments of grade 5 dark matter. Then we have Mahar. Anything Mahar drops? It has a chance of giving you an Eye of Ice, which is just a gem of some kind, and another elegant gold piece. So this is nothing too crazy, but there are certain fish, and I don't remember which one specifically, but there are fish that can give you basically glamour pieces. So certain pieces of beachwear and all that jazz can be gotten from some of these fish. This one has a chance of giving an elegant gold piece too, some boar hide and some other crap. Nothing too crazy, but you know, it is there. So if you are ever interested in doing or in catching big fish, I would recommend, at least for A Realm Reborn, to, once you have caught them, before choosing whatever the hell you want to do with them, looking up what you can actually get from them when desynthesizing them, because sometimes you may be surprised what you can get from them. However, of course, the chances of getting the rare item is determined by your desynthesis skill, so you can work on that by like desynthesizing all of the fish you catch. But yeah, if you do not have the stats that the game kind of wants you to have a higher chance of getting the rare thing, then you probably shouldn't expect getting the rare thing. Just FYI. But other than that, my friends, I am very pleased to announce that this is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode, this wacky episode of Just Fat, where I was playing Final Fantasy XIV and having a wonderfully fishy adventure. This is, in my opinion, just like the perfect little example of what big fish catching is all about. And I love the fact that I was actually able to convey the feelings that I get while doing it, and just kind of like the in general vibe and what makes me enjoy it so much. If you're wondering, the things that I have done is I have caught every single fish in Heavensward and in Realm Reborn. So I'm now technically working on Stormblood, but I have like moments where I work a lot on it and then I take a break a little bit and then you work more on it again, and so on and so forth. Anyway, what are we going to do next episode actually? Next episode we are going to go and continue, well, we're actually going to go and start working on the job quest of the crafters. And that's it. Adios.